Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to an installment of something that we haven't had in a hot minute. From the comments. Because this is a from the comments that I never would have considered. Right over here was a Falcon Wild Peak, Vanquish Red. Not one of my favorites, but I was like, you know what? Because they do things like this. Like, look at the sidewalls getting all ripped out. That's what red does. Like they're too soft and too thin on the sidewall, so they're rippy. Anyway, what this pertains to is in the thumbnail, and I don't know why I'm talking so long about it, is the FCX10, the Blazer, the K5 Blazer, because in the comments, I had heard more than once, and by more than once, I mean several times, and by several times, I mean enough times for me to say, okay, I'll do it. I'll take apart those RC four-wheel drive wagons, those white rims right there, and I will reassemble them. Instead of being fitted to the Wild Peaks, we will fit them with the Batrazzi Precipice. Because people have been saying that these tires were apparently designed for this. They were made for this. Fair RC is apparently the only place selling the Batrazzi Precipice, because I guess they're for the FCX10. I will give them this. They look fantastic on there. And the Precipice did pretty well in the testing on our trusty old baseline. But now, thanks to the folks of the comments who had the, I don't know, the time or the diligence to do the research that apparently, as someone, I don't know, I can't defend it, indefensible. I don't do the homework. I'm sorry, I didn't do my homework. And that's me whining to the teacher, not to the other two. Anyway, it sounds badly phrased. I never would have found out, basically, that these are for the FCX10, because I guess I wasn't looking for that information. I was just going to run the Wild Peaks. I don't think I drove it on the Wild Peaks. And it took a not inconsiderable amount of time to get those Wild Peaks mounted to these RC four-wheel drive wagons. It's not fun. The Batrazzis, on the other hand, mounted pretty easily. I think I had one of them pop an outer bead, and I just put it back together. The lip, there's almost like a rim protector bead. Now, the foam, the stock foam in the Precipice is very nearly as soft as the stock foam in the G-Made MT1905, and there's like some bagginess outside of it. We tested the Precipice on Canyon Customs inserts, softs and mediums, and I had said that I thought that they would probably do better on softs. Well, now it's on really soft, but this is a rolly boy, so I'm not even taking this on the side hill. But we're gonna do some little mixed stuff. We're gonna see how it does in mixed terrain. They look pretty good, and these might be the tires that he goes with, because I do like the look of them, especially the front on, the head-on view. That's pretty solid. And we'll get a little bit of Lexan noise maybe, but not too bad. Yeah, underneath, what's changed underneath? Nothing. The FCX10 sits atop the podium right beside the UTB18, and of all the vehicles that we have tested in our time here, RTR, meaning ready to run and not ready to replace, because I needed to do nothing to either of those vehicles. This one ran. It was perfectly acceptable on the Super Marshers, and the UTB18 was great on the tires that came with it. So, stuck radio, stuck everything. The totaling changes to this: RC four-wheel drive wagons, Batrazzi Precipice. Let's see if it retains that same joyful feel that it did before. And as long as there's no Scottsdale Park next to it, it looks absolutely fantastic. I've tried to tell people, if you know someone that's saying, I'm not really super into rock crawling, but I see other people playing with toy cars, and toy cars, I gotta tell you, look pretty fun. I don't think that there's anything standing above this right now. Because, yeah, not the most capable pure crawler. But, I mean, look at it. Let's turn the headlights on. Let's turn the drag brake on and off from the radio. Like, let's lock and unlock the diffs and engage the 2-speed. And, you know, they thought it out. It's tremendously well thought out. And I'm just hoping that those foams are not overwhelmingly soft, because I don't want to take those RC 4-wheel drive wheels apart again. Don't make me do it again. I tried to be lazy and mount them up on some silver wheels, and it looked really bad. Like I couldn't put like 105s on this. It would just, I wouldn't be able to look at it. So we're sacrificing for vanity today. And that sacrifice for vanity comes at the expense of me struggling, because of course they're scale hardware, struggling to get these together and apart over and over again. Pray to the omniscient, all-powerful being of your choice that this works well. We want everything to work well, but sometimes it just doesn't. Batrazzi Precipice on the FCX10 K5 Blazer. From the comments, and I went with it, stock foams. Cross all your fingers and toes. Let's get all Gwyneth Paltrow up in here and speak our truth. The drive back is delightful because it's a quick press of channel 4 to engage your 2-speed. They look real good. And with that powder soft foam that comes in there, this boy floats like a ghost. It floats like a ghost. You could put a cup of coffee on the roof, and and as long as you're not making sharp left to right turns, which makes you roll like a boat, it would just sit on the top. Like it floats over any imperfections in the ground. And again, we did nothing. Oh, stay over. Oh, I'm watching that. I was watching that rear tire overload. Oh, you can do this. Never, ever going to be the most capable rock crawler. But reverse lights. This is, and I want to say, if you go to the FMS website, they only have 2 vehicles, I think, that they actually call rock crawlers. The FCX10 and the one that I can't remember. They don't call the Atlas, Jimny, FJ40. They call those all off-road trucks. Potential loophole? I think they should honestly call this an off-road truck as well. It just happens to crawl. And again, will never be the most capable. A TRX4 is likely going to climb, I mean, out of the box is going to climb better. I think this does pretty much everything else better. Because this is the stock sealed can motor, the 11-channel all-in-one combo receiver / speed control, which is not a thing that I like. I don't like that kind of thing. But you know what? Right here it works. They thought about a great number of things, like channel 7 and 8, you see the little blue lights? That's because my diffs are locked. And if I unlock them, now you know they're not locked. Now they are locked. Oh, a little bit of friendly advice. Here's what I have heard from other FCX10 owners. See these trims right here? These trims right here? Don't, throttle trim, so this stuff, don't touch that stuff while the vehicle is powered up and active and whatnot. Apparently, that's how people are getting, by adjusting trims while the vehicle is in operation, is how they're getting like the 2-speed to stop working. Or we've got the selector for dig. I think this way is dig. Nope. Wait. Yeah. So apparently you can throw those out of whack. Boy, these really do stick. And then this way is what? Two-wheel drive? I can't tell. Yeah, definitely. Front-wheel drive, which is an interesting choice. But I have had 0 trim problems. And I think the biggest part of that is just because I haven't seen the need to mess with any of it. Stay up. Look at that. Oh, look at that rear tire. That's not conducive. It is another one that yeah, I agree with the guy who, in another comment, we're just going to throw a bunch from the comments here, who said the first thing he did was disable the blinkers. I think I've just started to ignore them. But we use steering, like you don't change lanes in a rock crawler. We're using steering almost constantly, so there's almost always a blinker on. Look at that bumper. Okay, if we go right here, nope. Okay, if we go right here, nope. Okay, if we go right here, yep. It does better than a fair number of rigs at out-of-the-box crawling. And I still say, this is Dig. Yeah. I still say that's not explicitly what it's for. It will crawl a rock, but it will trail. Like, this is the only rig here that I would say, yeah, get me a 3S 5000 pack. And we're gonna throw that in the middle of this. I'm gonna throw my tool bag on my back, and we're just gonna go drive. Just gonna drive. Because it's outstanding to look at. It's fun to drive, and you know what? The comments, again, the comments are seldom wrong. When we get a From the Comments episode and we're inspired by that, they are seldom wrong. I don't know if there's truth that the Batrazzi Precipice was designed specifically for the FCX10. Doesn't matter though. They really do enhance the experience. Thank my stars, my garters, my thumbs, my fingers, my knees and toes. I don't have to take those wheels apart again. These are staying on here. They're real nice. Real nice. Because they lean into what the rig is. Not a pure rock crawler. This is inarguably a scaler. I will continue. I will fight for the notion that this is and I don't like the T word. I don't like a trail rig. Let's call them scale instead of trail. Traxxas doubled down. They call it a scale and trail. Because we've got a lot... headlights. We're out of the tunnel. We can turn our headlights off. It looks real good. And most surprisingly of all, the all-in-one... And let's dig that. Oh. I'm a momentary dig man. But that dig's all right. There is a distinct feel. Ooh, when driving this. I continuously, like I haven't stopped thinking about it. No, it has occurred to me a few times in the past that this vehicle that sits before you now costs $190 less than a RC four-wheel drive Scottsdale. You've really got to want a Scottsdale. I mean, the livability of this is definitely higher. I mean, well, you know, It's got 4-link all around. It's a completely different beast, except for the fact that they're both ostensibly scalers. I feel like I've locked myself into a position here. I don't think anything's working there. Ooh, front wheel drive. Front wheel drive. Yeah. We're just going to go on record not knowing any truths. We're going to speak our own truths and say that the Batrazzi Precipice was made for the FCX10 because they are an outright enhancement. I need to breach there. I need to come across there. We don't have the best angle for this. They are so soft and so squishy. Okay, the right-hand cut is not the easy one. Oh, I see it now. I see the bumper now. We're not undoing that fish hook. It just, it's just fun to play with the buttons. We can do front wheel drive. I could have unlocked the rear diff and tried it via that. It's got too many tools. It's got all the tools beyond what you would need. But let me see if I can get to that same spot. Yeah, but as a wise man once said, oh, I'm just scarring that body up. I would rather have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So yes, the Smarshers, they definitely did the thing. As far as an OE tire goes, pretty good. Not MT 1905 category, but pretty good. These are. I don't want to hop out and just say outright. I don't want to say, oh, these are better. No, they are better, but they're better very subjectively. Like, they enhance the driving experience. I don't know if the overall performance is dramatically altered. Like, are they more, hands down, more capable? Maybe. The side hilling is definitely going to suffer to the point where I don't kind of even want to do it because they're just going to fold straight over. But under the auspices of a scale vehicle, I don't think about 45-degree side hills. I think about, look how good it looks. And like right through here, not a problem. We haven't even changed the motor. Oh man, a big block in there would be better. A Fusion, oh, forget about it. I do not think a Fusion would hinder the performance of this at all in any way. Like, it wouldn't take away from it. No, these are better. These are outright better. Because they are soft and squishy mushy. Let's see, we might have to dig around this. The dig with my monster hands is a little hard to reach. Because this controller, well, I think it is kind of the new high standard for RTR controllers. Dig is up here. It's this little guy up here, and like, I've got to reach way back to get to that thing. I think a normie, I think if you can just go to a store and buy gloves, I don't think you're gonna have any problem with it at all. I can do the headlights real easy. They're right where my thumb rests. That's another diggable moment there. Oh, I do love dig. And a scale truck with, can I get that chrome bumper off of there, you think? A full scale truck with dig on it is just delightful. It's just, frankly, it's just delightful. And I mean, we do the things. It will do all of the things. We don't need every vehicle to be this outrageous, fully capable, unstoppable, turns every rock into basically flat ground. Sometimes it's trite. It's not the destination, it's the journey. This is fun to drive, and no one can convince me otherwise, because enjoyment is deeply subjective. But this guy makes me want to wax philosophic and trend into a discussion that I can't claim that I know anything about. The oneer. The oneer being, you're only going to have one. Sometimes I do sit and I think about this. If you could have, and people have asked, if you had to give up the fleet and you could keep just one, everybody's going to have a different answer. But say we're talking about someone who's not going to go head over heels, and they are only going, they're starting from zero, and they do not live a philosophy of N+1, where N is the number of crawlers you own now, and it's continuously and forever N+1, because you're always adding another one. They're just going to buy one. The list of vehicles that I think satisfy that is very short. It's so short that it might have 2 or 3 rigs on it. And this is definitely one of them. It will do, and I'm just going to repeat myself, it will definitely do the things. You can rock crawl to a degree higher than what I would anticipate. I felt very similarly driving the Trail Runner with the IFS-1, that I was like, this is better than it should be. This is way better than it should be, because it is ostensibly, I put air quotes around it, TRX4 enhanced. You put the Batrazzi Precipice on there, thank you from the comments, it is TRX4 enhanced with a little plus symbol next to it. It's really good. It's really good. So your investment, the dig works really, really well in here. Is it the best dig I've ever used? Well, no. But does it work really well? Does it work really well for being in a scale truck? It works alarmingly well for being in a scale truck. If you have an FCX10 in your fleet, or you intend to add one, you would not be doing yourself a disservice to order a set of those tires. Get some wheels that you think will go good with whatever color. I'm still a sucker for the brown one. It looks the most 70s to me. The black one is almost too classy. The white and orange is kind of the everyman's. Like, I get it. I get the two-tone. I get it. I feel like you can only put white wheels on this one, though. On the black one, you've got more room. On the brown one, that would be the toughest one for me to outfit with wheels. I would be tempted to just go lazy and put black wheels on it. Chrome might work on there. You get yourself a set of wheels, hopefully less agonizing and antagonizing than RC four-wheel drive wagons, and you slap them on there with some Batrazzi Precipice, and basically you're done. You don't need to do anything else. I wanted to try a proper rock crawling thing. Okay, getting that weight up is a little tough. I think it'll do the shuttle no problem. Swing that wheel. They were very smart in springing it softly. We're getting a little overtrans for the rear. We had to get one roll in there. The rear insert might be a little soft. Because we get a little bit of over collapse. But honestly, we hit a dig right here. swing that front. I think that they killed it. Both the folks behind the Batrazzi Precipice, which still, with no evidence to confirm, and just based on pure speculation, it feels so much like a Louise/Durtrax compound tire. It feels like Louise Supersoft/Durtrax C3. It feels exactly like that. And the super soft included insert is working an absolute treat on a vehicle that's reasonably heavy. I want to say the FCX10's in there around 7.5 pounds. Far heavier than you would think would be acceptable on an insert that soft. But I talk about this, the relationship. The relationship first between the tire and the insert. Some are better than others. The relationship between the tire, the insert, and the vehicle to which they are fitted. These three are singing. Ooh, that's another dig. These are singing in concert. That insert, that tire fold, just crush over. It seems like it should be too soft. Everything tells me it's too soft. Except the driving. Like, this isn't a super aggressive side hill, but manages it really well. Yeah, again, thank you to the people of the comments who do my homework for me, because my brain is tired all the time. And sometimes I forget. Batrazzi Precipice on the FCX10, yeah. I'll go, yeah, they made them for this, because super good. Thank you from the comments, people. Thank you, everyone, from the comments. Thank you for joining us here in the canyon. We got a second roll in. I was trying for a smooth drive out. We'll try it again. I fell off the edge. I was trying for a smooth drive out. We'll try it again. Don't get on the poly. Polyethylene is not grippy. We'll just going this way. I don't know. I'm driving all the way around. Thank you for joining us here in the canyon. Thanks for all the things. We look forward to seeing you next time, and we hope sincerely that in between now and then, when we do inevitably meet again, you one and all do your very best. Have a good one, everybody. Thanks for joining us here in the canyon. I could put a 5,000 pack in here and just do this all day. It's just fun. And then it will power creep you, where you will start trying more and more difficult things until eventually you're like, what hath I wrought? What a fun rig. I mean, honestly. And improved by the tire and the foam and all the everything. Thanks again, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for suggesting. Thanks for stopping by the canyon. We'll see you in the next one. And, cinematic, right?